I'm Heather Bell-Goss.
And I'm Dr. Steve G. Jones.
And today we're with Stephanie Mulac, who's a successful online marketer in the personal development industry. Stephanie, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
So today we are going to be talking about internet marketing, and also we're focusing now on what we call the outer world. These are the strategies, these are the hands-on, the how-to, what you have to do. If you're interested in the other side of the coin, the mindset, then make sure you also watch our interview where we talked about the inner world and the mindset and the attitude that gets you through all this. So as far as your business, how long have you been working online?
I've been working online since 1989.
Wow.
I didn't know there was a...
Was there an online?
There was indeed. It just did not have graphics and pretty pictures and a mouse to click. It was blue and green screens with white lettering.
Wow. I had no idea.
So tell us that story. What were you actually doing back then?
Well, interestingly enough, the first site that I ever worked on was a recipe site.
Okay.
And it was really just prior to the web or the internet becoming graphical. And it was being able to post recipes and how-to tips and cooking tips to what was called a bulletin board system, which really dates me at that point.
You did say 1989,
yeah.
right?
Yes.
Wow, okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So how did you turn that into income, or was that just for fun?
That was just for fun. That was something that was actually done in conjunction with computer service and repair facilities that I owned. I had 3 different facilities that I owned throughout Southern California, and one of the things that we did for our clients, as well as for interacting with manufacturers at that time to get downloads and drivers and things like that, was the BBS system. And this was just kind of a little kickback, something if somebody wanted to go and relax and play a little bit online type of thing.
Okay. So over those 25 years, how has the internet changed and how has your business changed?
Oh, it's changed incredibly. You know, we joke sometimes, you know, just thinking about, you know, somebody waiting for how long it takes them to download a driver from a manufacturer's website. And back in the day, we had to pick up the phone and call. It would come on a little floppy disk, a little 3.5-inch floppy. And, you know, we'd wait a week for it to arrive in the mail, and now if the page doesn't load in 30 seconds, we're getting antsy. So, but then also, obviously, the graphical side and the point-and-click side of the internet, and that was what really spurred my attention because of the creativity and the opportunity to be able to design things and put things up online that incorporated colors and fonts and, you know, just a lot of creative endeavors.
Okay. So how do you actually make money online now? Like, what are you selling or promoting that actually makes an income?
My own products in the personal growth arena.
Okay.
That basically teach people how to overcome their challenges and how to live the lifestyle of their dreams. And as well as working on projects with other marketers who are doing list building and things like that to be able to come together as a group and further reach even larger numbers of people out there who are looking for our products and services.
Okay.
So if someone's just getting started out, not in 1989, but right now, they're just starting out, and you know, they don't know anything about anything online, but they know that there's money online to be made. They know that they can have a better life. They don't have to work for somebody. They can be their own entrepreneur, selling their own thing. What do they do?
Well, I think the very first step is for them to sit down and determine what it is that they're passionate about. Because there's a division online when people start to look at what business or what product or service that they want to offer. And oftentimes you have 2 schools of thought when people are teaching others how to get online and to create a business. And it's either go for the money niche or go for the niche that you're passionate about.
Yeah, I call that the profit versus passion debate.
Right, right. And
ideally we end up somewhere in the middle.
well, my feeling is, and what I always stress to people is that no matter what you are passionate about, if you structure it in the proper way and if it's coming from the heart, there is money to be made, because whatever you can come up with, there are people out there who are ultimately going to be interested in and pay money for whatever it is that you happen to be either passionate or success or proficient at. And I think the liability is that you take somebody who has a 9-to-5 job and they just absolutely dread getting up every day and going to that job. Well, then you take that same person who decides that they're going to pursue a niche online because it is specifically a hot niche that is going to be a good income maker, but they really have no attachment, they really don't care about that niche, they don't have any passion for it. Very soon, no matter how much money that they may be making in that niche, it is going to ultimately mirror that 9-to-5 job that they don't really have the passion and the enthusiasm for getting up each day and working on, because they really don't have any attachment to it. It may be a cash cow and it may be something that's bringing in money, but at a certain point, in order to sustain delivering good content, being able to further grow it and expand outward or go deeper with it, you really have to have some affinity for what it is that you're working on.
So if someone's passionate about, let's say, skiing or photography or playing piano, how do they take that passion and turn it into an online business?
Well, the first thing that you want to do is you want to get online and you want to go to our friend Google and start Googling around information and think in terms of maybe if somebody is passionate about skiing, say for example, you know, think about what it is that you as the consumer actually consume in that hobby or in that niche or passion, and start taking a look at what's out there. And don't fall into the trap of thinking that just because there's other people that are doing it out there that it wouldn't be a good niche or a good direction for you to pursue. Simply look at it as how can you take what you're seeing other people doing and make it better and put a slant on it or bring something unique to the table that other people are not doing. And in most instances, anybody who is a consumer of anything is going to naturally know, just by their own preferences, things that would make that better, something that is missing in the marketplace, something that people have overlooked, and approach it from that standpoint. It starts to lay a foundation and open the doors for you filling that void that's in that particular niche or marketplace.
Okay, so instead of worrying about the competition, find where the hole is and fill that hole.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was, you know, when I first started selling hypnosis products online, people would say, well, what else do you do? What's your day job? Because they didn't think that it would be profitable. They didn't think, you know, you could make money at that. And now I see people becoming hypnotists, and I think they're doing it just so they can do that. I don't know if they're passionate about it. So I respect what you said about find something that you're passionate about, because then it becomes sustainable. If that's really what you believe in, you'll be able to do it over time. So thank you for that.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay. So you're basically saying create a product. Now, how do we get that out to the market? How do we get it into the face of people that are going to buy it? How do we basically find the audience for whatever we're creating?
Well, that's where the really exciting part comes in, because it's where we're at today as opposed to the 80s and 90s.
Post on a bulletin board.
Truly, there are so many avenues that exist today, starting with social media, starting with the ability to be able to even put things up online with very little skill set involved, because there's so many things that people are already doing online. Having a Facebook presence, having a blog, being able to, in a few keystrokes, get a website up and running very, very easily, and be able to just start to get that message out there. And everything from doing that to running advertising on Facebook, running, you know, advertising through Google or any number of different channels. But it is just so easy because the masses have already been gathered for you. It's a matter of just simply showing up where they're gathering and being able to tap that resource.
Okay.
What about something like, well, building an email list?
Yeah.
You know, people look at that and they say, well, you know, you've got to have an email list to advertise, and they start with nothing. That's always a big question that people have. So how do you get started building an email list?
Well, again, there's multiple things that routinely go on online, and there are things that I've been involved in for many, many years in the past that are called giveaways, and they are events that are scheduled for a specific duration that literally, if you have a product and you have a squeeze page that has a form on it.
What's a squeeze page?
That has a form on it to collect a name and an email address and is interfaced to an autoresponder service.
We've got a little vocabulary catching up here. Squeeze page, autoresponder service. We know what these things mean, but we're going to have a glossary. What's a squeeze page? What's an autoresponder service?
Okay, a squeeze page would be a dedicated page that has a single action that is typically giving away a free gift. That gift can be a free report, it could be a free video, it could be some type of a free training or a course or anything along those lines. And the way that the person who has arrived at that page is able to consume that item is they have to leave their name and email address and hit a submit button.
Mm-hmm.
And once they hit the submit button, their name and email is put on into a database through what's called an autoresponder service. And these are typically services that you pay a nominal fee each month for, and they house and catalog these names and addresses so that you are then able to go into those services, log into your own control panel, and create emails and send out email blasts to the people that have signed up. So these services are going to house the names and email addresses of all the people that are interested in this gift that you've just given away from a squeeze page. And then you subsequently, after that point, are able to send them newsletters, to be able to send them communication, content, additional value-added products or services, and you set those emails up inside these services and hit a button, and then it's automatically broadcast out to everybody who's on this list.
Name a few services that you like, a few autoresponder services. By the way, autoresponder is called that because it's automatically responding. You set up the email so it automatically goes out once they sign in the squeeze page. What are a few services you like, a few autoresponder services?
The one you're going to hear about the most is Aweber. GetResponse is another one, Constant Contact.
Aweber.com, GetResponse.com.
ConstantContact.com.
We don't make any money off of these, but none of us do. It's helpful information. Okay.
Yes.
Any others that you like?
Some people will use MailChimp getting started because it is a free service.
MailChimp.com.
MailChimp.com does have some limitations, and as your list grows, with any of the services, the price is going to go up based on either the size of your list or how much you're mailing. But ideally, as your list grows, you're making more money if you're leveraging that list properly. So your monthly charges going up are going to be offset by the income and the money that you're making once you're building a list.
Okay, so putting a squeeze page with a gift on it is one strategy that can go well in conjunction with a giveaway, or I guess we could market to that squeeze page through social media or through other means. What about also, I mean, we started off talking about making a product and or selling the product. So when people land on that product page that you're promoting, only a very small percentage of people are expected to buy it. Like, let's say 2 people out of 100 might buy your product. What do you think about building a list on that page as well for the people that otherwise would just leave?
Absolutely, and there's a lot of techniques that you can do with that where when they come to that page for the product, you can either embed something in that page to still give them something that is a free and compatible product or tied into what it is that you're selling, and use that as a lead-in. So essentially, okay, maybe you're not ready to buy the main product and you're not ready to spend money because really you may not know me from Adam. You
Right.
don't know whether you even like me or whether or not you resonate with my message or my product or whatever it is that I'm promoting, but you give them an opportunity still on that sales page to be able to opt in, which is that process of putting your name and your email into a form that is embedded on that sales page, and they can get some type of an introductory free product that is still ultimately going to be leading them in the direction of the larger product that you're selling, but that gives them an opportunity to know, like, and trust you, get a little taste of what your training style is, what your style of teaching and, you know, implementing whatever this product is. So it's an excellent way to be able to have somebody to get to know you a little bit better even before the purchase.
Yeah, and then so the autoresponder follow-up emails would be, you know, introducing them again to the product that they originally saw and left from.
Exactly.
Yeah, great idea. Okay, well, Stephanie, this has been great. You've taught us, on one segment you told us about the inner world success strategies, and now you're telling us about the outer world success strategies for anyone who wants to start their own online business. Great information. Thank you so much. Now, if people want to follow up with you and find out more about you, where do they do that?
They would do that at stephaniemulac.com.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much, Stephanie.
Thanks,
Thank
Stephanie.
you. Thank you.
I'm Heather Valgas,
And I'm Dr. Steve G. Jones.
helping you heat up your success at hotsuccesssecrets.com.